Next in our series of a behind the scenes looks, we're going to have a look at a free Weebly dashboard. Now this is a totally free account, so there are no bells and whistles sitting on this site that you wouldn't see if you didn't have a free account. So the back end of my site, I already have a few pages that I play around in here. So the first thing you probably won't see add a site. You'll probably something like start a new site. It's just that I've already got some sites. So I'll add a site. And the first thing it tends to do is go and look for a theme. So usually you can click on the theme and have a bit of a look at it, or you can just go straight into something. Now with Weebly, as with Wix, make sure you pick a theme that is as close to what you want as possible. You can change around images, you can change around where things are positioned. You cannot substantially change the back end or the theme, not so much the back end, but the overall theme you can't really change. So personal event, other. Generally, it's a good place to start, just to have a bit of a look around to see what they are. Fortunately, it doesn't do a nice search because usually I like to use a search on a topic that I'm thinking about. So let's have a look and choose this one. So it's very important that you get the theme as possibly as close to what you want to work with as possible, so that you're really going to get what you need, rather than trying to reinvent the wheel. Wix and Weebly do not like it when you're reinventing the wheel. So now it's loading. On a totally free account, I can only use a subdomain, so what will be something like test 6. I don't know, let's call it Weebly demo. It's taken Weebly demo 784. 787? My Weebly demo. That's taken as well. My demo site. We're creative bunch, as you can see. My demo 492. There we are, that's available. If you want to register a new domain, that is going to cost you. It's going to be part of an upgrade. And if you want to use a domain you already have and transfer it to Weebly or connect it to your site, that is also going to cost you. So at this stage, we're just going to use a Weebly subdomain, which is not so crash hot for SEO purposes, and not so crash hot if you really want to look like a business that knows what they're talking about. So basically, I have a nice big header image. Oh yeah, thank you, I've got it. A nice big header image, and go away. It's going to tell me about what's new, thank you. And where I just click here to edit, it's allowing me to type into it anything I want to put in. Must have a I just tried then not to do uppercase, and it wouldn't let me. So this is the other annoying thing at times about these drag and drop builders. It will only allow uppercase in there. So take it or leave it. A great place to eat. Right, and I'm going to leave the button there. But as you can see, I can change the text on the button. So I might say reserve a table now. Click back, and I can change the style to some degree. I can have some very limited, but I can do some different button texts. Might try that one. The position is basically left, right, or centered. You would normally be adding in the link. Let's say I'm going to another website, so that could be good if I'm actually got an online booking system set up and I want to go out to the online booking, or I want to link it to another file, or I even want to add in there a phone number or an email, so they just click on there and it automatically gives them a phone number or sends an email. As you can see, it's then come up. If I actually didn't want any of that, I would just click on the X and it would be gone. I can move it up, I can move it down theoretically, There's a little limitation going on here because of the way the template's been set up. So as I said, there's some degree of flexibility, but not always. So now I've managed to put it above that. So, but I can't do it anywhere outside of. Oh, I sort of can, I sort of can't. Generally, these templates are set up to actually help you along with the look. So I'd say to generally not change around too much because it is there for a reason. So here's some text, and I can edit this. This edits slightly differently to the text up there. I don't know. Restaurant. I don't spell when I'm doing this. Now I've got different pages that have come with the template. So home, menu, private dining, chef's contacts. So I could be editing all those. So here's where the ability to change things comes around. All this section here, you can actually drag something into it. So maybe what I would be putting in there, given the template, is I would probably be putting in here a gallery of my photos of my offerings, and of course it would be now be going out to the computer and grabbing photos from the computer, but we won't do it or else we'll be here all day. Yeah, as I say, it's going out to the computer. So you would be uploading gallery images. Maybe I want to put a little bit of text beside that. Wix used to be a little bit funny in terms of putting stuff in beside. It's got better. So I put, say, a selection of yummy meals. I can actually write better when I'm not trying to present at the same time. And that's going to drop down. I don't really want it to drop down, so can I actually make it a little bit smaller? I can change its color. I can reduce down the size. I can increase the size up. So again, no flexibility in terms of the different fonts, just flexible in terms of the size of it. And it's automatically saving, so there's no saving going on. I can go and have a look and see what it's going to look like on mobile. And it's thinking about it. This is a responsive theme. Mobile options do not apply, it tells me. Yeah, it says that, but always have a look on mobile, because no matter how good they say their responsive theme is, you're just never going to be sure. So we'll go back to desktop. So you can add titles, you can add text, you can add images, galleries, you can add a slideshow, a map, a contact form, a newsletter form, buttons, embed codes. You can put a section in, you can add dividers, spaces. Spaces are always really good because they make it quite flexible. You could add a video, you could add audio, you could add a document, add a YouTube video. I don't know that I'd use Flash. You can put up a file that people can download. E-commerce is going to cost you money to upgrade, so I could put them in here and it's going to flick and say you need to upgrade. Search boxes, block quotes, social icons. So social icons, they're always something you want to put in. They're your classic. Find us on Facebook, like us, etc., etc. So here's the various icons. All of these little boxes on the top are always your formatting tools. So I want to align it center. I want to space it. I could space it a bit more. I could space it a bit bottom. And of course I want to manage the icons. So I want to link to my various accounts. I could add different ones. If this is going to be a food site, Instagram's there. Pinterest would probably be a good one to add on. So I would say show, and it's added it on. Can I actually I usually like to, oh yes, I can reorder them because I usually like to put the most important ones up the top. So I'm going to put Instagram there, Pinterest there, LinkedIn I'm probably going to remove because it's not terribly relevant for a restaurant. Mail, I don't know how relevant that is, but basically, and why has Pinterest gone to the bottom? Done, because I forgot to say done before. So as you can see, there's quite a few you can put on. Probably a YouTube channel wouldn't be a bad idea. But as you can see, I really can't. These are a little bit on the small side for me, so there's nothing I can do about it. That's what they are. RSV form, survey, feed reader, and then there's various other apps that you can actually add on. Sometimes they're free apps, sometimes they're paid apps. Sometimes they're supported by Weebly. Generally, they are supported by Weebly if you're getting them from their centre. But just be wary what sort of apps you're putting on. There's the various pages. As you can see, the menu over here, and there's the pages there. You can change the order of your pages, which should, yes, change it there. You can go and change the theme, so you can change the theme for something else. It's going to go back to where all the theme pages are, the theme galleries. Or to some degree, and it managed to totally lose the elements I'd put in there when I went out to there. That's interesting. Be wary of that, because I hadn't published. If I'm going to publish and save, I would like to do that. So I can change the colours to a degree. It says I can edit HTML, CSS. Good luck with that. If you're at the level of bottom end user, and if you're going to muck around with HTML, CSS, then you wouldn't be using Weebly anyway. So as you can see, it's changing the overlays subtly, but not by a lot. It's substantially not changing much of the theme. I can change some of the fonts that I'm using in various spots to get a little bit of a different look. And I would advise you to do some of this, because if you're just using the same old template, particularly if you're picking on their popular ones, the chances are you're going to have someone out there that actually may may end up with a website that's not that dissimilar to yours. Because this is a free Weebly site, I am going to get advertising down the bottom. I would like to, unlike Wix, when I was playing around with it the other day, it had a nice preview, which Weebly doesn't seem to want to do, which is a bit of a shame. Basically previews that way by clicking on there and having a look through there, but it doesn't really. I would really like to see it before I published it live, and I'm not going to publish it live because that will end up having me having the site live. So just go back to, and it always worries me a little bit when it's autosave, because I just have this inherent wanting to actually save everything. Copy site, delete site, edit site. We can possibly go in and see the site from here. No. On the basis of what I looked at Wix the other day, Wix is starting to just move a little bit ahead of Weebly, because I can't actually view this site, which is what I really want to do. I wanted to show you it. So what I will do is I will publish it, because I want you to see just how much sort of advertising there ends up on it, and then I'll unpublish it and get rid of it. So I'm going to publish it once it's loaded. Because this is a free site, it's going to come with a degree of Weebly advertising on it. So we're going to publish my demo 492. It's going to publish. And I don't want to upgrade it, and I don't want to share it for obvious reasons. So at this stage, Weebly is not as intuitive as Wix. So I've just right-clicked there on Show It in a New Window. and this is what it's looking like published. And because we actually had no images in that gallery module there is nothing showing up. And I think, obviously, I've left it on green. Reserve a table is not going to link to anywhere because I didn't link it. And as you can see, it's powered by Weebly, create a free website. So there's not a lot. And you're going to get all this down the bottom as well. Now you get rid of that when you upgrade. We didn't even look at the other pages. They don't actually have anything in them. So Wix is pulling ahead of Weebly because if you go and look on the YouTube channel, you'll find the Wix behind the scenes that I did the other day, and it gave a whole lot more pre-formatted in the well, could well be that the pages aren't published. It gave a whole lot more in the pre-formatted demo that you got that Weebly seems to have given us. Could possibly be that these other pages aren't published. So just back to the behind the scenes at the moment. We won't worry too much about what's showing up there. You can change the site titles. It is giving you an SSL, but it's an upgrade option. The favicon is an upgrade option there. This is the favicon, the little icon that wants up there. Now, if you're just going to take their free account, then you're stuck with their icon. So you're essentially giving Weebly free advertising everywhere. You could actually add yours in there. You can password protect it. But yeah, that's not an upgrade. Facebook sharing, yes, well, I just connect my Facebook account. You can create a zip archive of your site. Now that's a good feature that Weebly offers that Wix I didn't see on Wix the other day. So I think I mentioned in the webinar that a lot of these sites you can't archive, you can't create a zip of, so that's particularly good. So each of them has their advantages and disadvantages. These are just changing obviously I'm in Australia, so I change everything to day, month, year, and time format I like this, and time zone I always set it to Australia, which is important if you've got any particular sort of timings or booking forms or things on your website. I don't know where Australia is. Let's pretend we're in Kiev. And site language, of course, you can change. SEO, to some degree you can do a little bit of SEO. This is not full SEO. This is a site description, meta keywords, footer code, header code, which are Google Analytics and Google Webmaster Tools, hide from search engines, and 301 redirects. That's just a little cut down version of SEO. Add editors, obviously, if you want to add an editor just to the site as distinct from you as admin. If you've got members going on or groups going on, some of those features could be upgrades. No, we have no apps installed. Store we're not going to be able to get to because we actually would have to upgrade to do this, but it's there. And it's flicked me right back. Thank you very much. Not. So that's what you've got to be careful of. That's why I don't like things that are auto saving, because I'm never 100% sure exactly when they're auto saving. And in all this flicking around, I might have actually flicked out to something else and not really realised it. You can unpublish the site, which I'm going to do because I don't want it published. Thank you. No, yep, it looks like it's done it, which is always a bit of I don't like when things look like they've done it. Not a lot else I can show you in here. We just went through, and you could add a blog if you wanted to have a blog, or add page, and then so you could do it. You can either do it here, click here to add a blog, or you can add pages. So we can go to pages, add page, standard page, blog page, store page, external page, non-clickable menu. We could add a blog page, and creatively enough, it's called blog page. You can add a blog and hide it in navigation. So I have actually done landing pages on Weebly. I've done them on Wix as well, where I've actually put the page up but hidden in the navigation. So It's just a nice little cheap way to do landing pages. And do you want a header? Do you want no header? Do you want a splash page? So if it's a landing page, there is no header, or it's just a splash page, one or the other. Visibility, is it public? Is it site password? Is it members or groups? The members or groups bit puts Weebly a little bit ahead of Wix. And that's just a quicker way to the SEO settings. So that's a little look behind the scenes in Weebly. We can offer you at Dynamic Online Services, we can offer you a full page in Weebly that we set up from scratch. Alternatively, you can take your Weebly page to as far as you would like to, and then contact us and we're happy to do edits for you. We're also happy to consult if you're just thinking, well, I want to do a Weebly page. I've decided to do Weebly, but I'm not quite sure which of the templates would suit me best. We can spend some time and find out your needs and look around the templates and give you an idea about what would suit and an idea about what you can do with it. If push comes to shove and you've got a Weebly site up and you've made a terrible mess of it, we can get you out of that mess. So feel free to contact us anytime via dynamiconlineservice, all one word.com. And feel free to take advantage of our 30-minute free consultation. Off for now, and we'll be back shortly with a look behind the scenes at WordPress.org.